Welcome back to the show. Another big heat has just hit the lineup. It's Kolohe Andino up against Coffin. A battle between two Californians here for a spot in the quarterfinals against Jeremy Flores.
Yeah, we've had it on the women's side, but not the men's. As we see on the inside, Kolohe having a go.
Looking to get started here. He had a throwaway number as well, a .77. Coffin instantly drops anchor out the back and waits with priority for the best opportunity to lock in a big number.
Smooth-faced right-handers.
Well, here we go, 22.5 minutes remaining. And Kolohe just stalling his takeoff. Bit of a double up. Climbs up over the foam here. And he's going to get out of this one. Using his priority, loading up. Bit wobbly off the bottom there. But he's committed to this ride. Just gets absolutely slapped trying to ride out of that floating re-entry on the inside there.
That inside's got a lot of punch. Full slap down, just getting some more water on him to brush it off. Just here, went a bit wrong too. Board redlined off the bottom there. And then just mistimed this turn out of the top. Big adjustments today, Ryan.
Well, that was a lost opportunity for Coffin. He got that priority. Only turned into 2 for that first ride. Kolohe Andino now. And on the outside, likes the look of this wave. Drives up into the pocket. Goes to that reverse. Always well controlled through landing those manoeuvres. And now starting to hammer the rail of this board through to the inside. We'll finish it off. Happy just to get some kind of score on the board and build some momentum here.
Must feel good. Get one under his belt. He's had a couple of goes at it. And I love the feet shuffle after the air reverse. Nice speed coming around the section. Straight into the air reverse. This little shuffle there, straight to combo. A bit of a cutback. Wave dying out, but just finishing it off nice and clean. Love this compression bottom turn into the lip, pulls it out, and then just watch his feet now. Watch his feet now. Great shuffle to get his feet back and in control of the surfboard for the next turn.
Saw him execute some similar turns in his last heat, but the waves were a little more cupped out, so his landings were a lot harder. He projected off the lip a little bit more, so don't expect that he'll get up into the 7s, but this will be the best number of the heat. It's a 5.33, and Dino out in front. Buddy over here, Michelle Perez, is still moving through heats. He's got Kelly Slater. That's coming up in heat 6, but I'm sure that those guys are talking about it. Let's meet in the final. Here we go, Coffin now, trying to get himself back in this heat. A bigger face to work with here. Connor just trying to work this one over. Just steps off his board there on the inside though.
Looks good on the bottom turn, nice and fast. It's coming loose there. And he's just a little bit out of sorts with this board today. It's been probably the first time all year that we've had to even comment on anything like that for Coffin. You go through this turn, just see how it comes loose. You watch the board just drift here. And the rail's not in the water and the fins are not gripping the board to the wave. So board's been fantastic in the smaller conditions, but Connor wants to push hard and it's just quite not holding in there for him. Maybe just thinking about what happened in that first turn while he's trying to execute the inside here and just losing his concentration. He's going to have to pull it together to get back in this heat.
And now we have Coffin and Kolohe Andino locking horns for a place in the quarterfinals. And Andino up the moment using his priority here, trying to get rid of just a 1.3. Somehow hangs on to that turn to get the completion. And just wisely gets through to the inside, knowing he can push the requirement up just a little bit for Coffin and finishes the wave off well. So really starting to think like the veteran competitor he is. Didn't give up on that ride.
I just love the fact that he managed to hold on. Look at this. Holding onto the wave, pulling it back around, the wave going backwards. I mean, he's in the foam and he still comes out of it. It's not going to score. But the ability to hold on to that was remarkable. Just finishing it off, and he'd be a little bit bummed with himself, but just love that. Really controlling the heat too. He sensed that Connor's struggled a little bit on his waves and starting to get some control. Kolohe Andino.
And now picking off another one. Keeping very busy. Can't quite finish that one off though. 12 minutes remaining. Connor's still out the back. Looking for that 6.16 with priority. You had a lot of events back then that almost turned into paddle races. But with the addition of waves like this, we're seeing a different kind of surfing. High quality stuff from Kolohe Andino on that opening section. Moving down the line, he's trying to get rid of a 3.5 here. Unlike his last heat, things just aren't flowing for Kolohe the way they were. So he started to grind his way toward a victory here.
Yeah, and I keep going back to there's more push out there and you need to adjust. Still, I like this first turn. Great carve out of the top. Comes around and finishes off that one because he sees the wave moving down the line a little bit. But this is a really nice carve out of the top. Waves, we've seen a lot of people struggle today in different areas. A nice turn out of the top. Could have maybe made it a bit longer down the face to transition into a bit better bottom turn.
No, that's happening for Connor at the Championship Tour level here. So let's see what unfolds here, Luke.
Yeah, just nice air reverse, wave a bit shouldery. Connor Coffin not using his priority on that one, but Kolohe keeping himself busy. And reading the conditions pretty good, as you mentioned earlier. No big, nice open faces that we've seen in a couple of the early heats. So
he reached for it. Let's see if he gets that stalefish grab. Just a tap on the rail there, but he is probably one of the more proficient surfers at that actual grab. It's very difficult reaching back. And Andino motoring back to the takeoff zone. This has just been a really smart heat so far, building his scores every time. But Connor Coffin, he's making a charge now in the final stages here. Beautiful rail turns. The approach that this guy has become famous for. Can hold that rail from top to bottom like only a rare few in the field.
Finally. Connor Coffin getting it together. Beautiful rail surfing there. Waited a long time for that wave. The priority game is a nice open face. Super smooth, comes off the bottom, carves it round. It's another opportunity to just flare that turn out of the top. Third one. And the little bonus section inside Karamas, letting him finish it off nice as well. But look at this. What a great turn there by Connor Coffin. Finally getting to put a wave together.
I just love that Connor, you know, with all those rail turns, there was a real variation in his approach. This turn is unbelievable. Opens the wings up, flares it right back into the bowl, rides over that white water. There's a good indicator for how critical you're surfing to the bowl.
You've got to be there. You've got to be in the guy's face. You've got to let him know that you're hungry about winning.
Well, here we go. Connor forcing Kolohe to make a move here. He uses his priority. He'll want to turn in a better number with that choice. Nice turn to get started. Pushing the tail right around and mixing it up with a nice layback jam. Bottom turning up over that foam. And now just goes to his small wave craft, just juicing the points out of this ride right through to the inside. And it is a solid finish right there on the shoreline. Trying to get rid of a 5.33. to up the requirement for Connor Coffin. 2 minutes remaining. He's thinking about whether he should paddle back out or not. Looks like he's going to come in.
Taking the wave off Connor Coffin. Smart move at the moment. Comes out of the top. Pretty nice carve. Gives him another opportunity to slash off the top. To me, it was a good move taking this wave, because Connor Coffin probably could have got his requirement. So in that aspect of the heat, it was A smart move there for Kolohe Andino.
And this wave may not even break. It's kind of pushing down the reef a little bit. 5 seconds to go. I don't think it's going to happen for him. Looking for just a 4.16. Andino watches the clock roll down. And he starts to celebrate. That is a big win. He's moving through to the quarterfinals. He'll be taking on Jeremy, and Connor's wave, Luke, is coming a little too late.
A little too late. Look at it.
Just looking to unload some frustration on that section.
A little bit, maybe too much shoulder on it, but how stoked is Kolohe Andino? Gets himself in the quarterfinals.